5, 4. Go. That's how they do it on Wayne's World. They did that. So at go, that's when you're supposed to go. Is it going already?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what the fuck? Hey, y'all, it's Bomber in Bomber's Garage. I'll give y'all a quick little tour. I don't know if some of y'all up north don't know what a tour means, but to y'all, I think y'all say tour. But it's a tour. I'm going to show y'all around. Here's a map of Michigan. This is the UP. And this over here is Ohio. And Canada's over here. And Louisiana's down there. So anyway, this is Shawty Thick's gas pump, a mobile one that she picked up from Matt at Iron Truck Garage. Well, I actually went and picked it up, drove down the Ohio Turnpike, went and picked this bad boy up, buffed it, cleaned it up, and it turned out really nice. It was really heavily oxidized, actually, with a post on it. This is a Ford grill that is born. You can see all the trash and everything. It's farm fresh. We also picked up that from Matt. This is my 1968-69. I just put 3-in-1 oil on it, and I just stuck my hand in it. Well, that's what I do. It's a 1969, 68, 69 Rockwell milling machine. That's pretty cool. It's a skill set that I would like to learn. I don't know exactly what I'm going to mill. Definitely not gun parts. This is my drill press. Look at it go. Look what it does. I can turn it on too. It spins and it does this. That's pretty cool. Up here you have this grill and this hood. That is from my 1953 Ford Bookmobile that is still in Louisiana that I'm going to be bringing back. This 1990 Softail with half of gas tank. I rebuilt the carburetor, put taller bars on it. Cool story about this, which I'm going to do more in depth about this bike. My buddy Marty that I went to barber school with, while we're in barber school, we're talking and I'm like, you know, what's your name? He was Bauer. And I was like, oh, cool, man. And we kind of, you know, thought we, you know how you get that deja vu of knowing each other. We find out we're in the Marine Corps, same time, boot camp at the same time. Super cool dude. I'm like, oh, my veterinarian, her name is Bauer, Dr. Ashley Bauer. He's like, oh my God, that's my wife. I'm like, what? Oh my God. So anyway, his dad bought this bike in 1990 when we were in boot camp. And Marty's family dude now, out of the motorcycle business. He wanted to go to a veteran, wanted to go to a friend. So he called me up, and Shawty Thick and I picked this one up. And put some bars on it, doing a couple of things, new tires and all. It's kind of work in progress. Over here, I have this thing. This is another form of drill press that's really cool. I have an old nitrous oxide tank. These are 2 Outboard Motors. I have a couple more over there in the pile of junk that looks like, y'all know that tsunami that hit Japan and it washed everything around, you know, and like swirled all around? God bless them people. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, you know, in the 40s, they had a rough time after, well, anyway, anyway, they had another rough time, a tsunami. That's what that looks like. It looks like a tsunami coming here and washed a bunch of car parts. There's Chevrolet doors, Chevy tailgates, Dodge tailgates, a Ford, anyway, future projects for smart work. But these are going to definitely become artwork. Over here, let me show you. This is just a conglomeration of stuff. This is really cool. These are some out of a B-52 compass and the Tilty Bird. That's what I'm going to call it. Those are in buffs. So those come up from a D series, which are pretty cool. The swamp cooler up there, got from some friends of mine. Twiggy over in Dallas. That is his good stuff there that he donated to me for Alice, my 51 Chevy. And I love old cabinetry. You can see this here, this toolbox. This one's a military one. This is an old Remington one that is pretty cool. But new stuff I'd love to get Snap-on, but holy shit, it's expensive. That stuff, man, the cost of it's as high as giraffe pussy. Get it? Giraffe pussy's like like Rhino, well, I don't know. But I would say sheep pussies down here. Giraffe pussy. Whole different story. So, Shot It Thick, Lindsay, she won this, what are these called? Petoskey stone at the Hot Rods, Hops, and Heroes for her 68 C10 that Nobody Customs did a ton of goodness to. Ride tech suspension, all that. We'll go over there one day. But this is the official rock of Petoskey. So, it's an Italian place up here in Michigan. This is pretty cool. I picked up that 63 Dodge D200, which I love. It has the dual headlights, the turn signals underneath. It's an Arizona truck. Dude bought it in Indiana. Went over there and picked it up. I lied to U-Haul. Well, we're not going to talk about the U-Haul deal. I only towed a very small Japanese vehicle over there. It was a Honda U-Haul. So anyway, I bring, and Joel at Nobody Customs will appreciate this. I haul it to this car show on a trailer. I have my Ram Charger up there, all that good stuff, just having more vehicles there, you know, paying the fee to support. They raise money for a local veterans association or whatever. And my trailered truck won a freaking trophy. Who figures? First trophy I've ever won at a car show. So, got a bunch of other cool stuff up here, pictures. Got the gas tank from a 73 CZ 175. I like weird motorcycles and stuff. You can see there's another gas tank here. Oh, and I want Joel at Nobody Customs to know I am sporting my steel toe flip-flops, even in Michigan. It's about 70 in here. It's about 38 or 39 when I first come in here. So I picked up a couple of vices. This Wilton was my dad's vice. I taught a Scratch at Scratch Garage about painting this. So we've added a little hardener. We're doing it brushed. And it's really cool. The hardener does an amazing job of making this paint just really, really cool. I wanted Vista Green, which is kind of the color of this vise down here. But I went to the local Ace Hardware, and the guy goes like, hey, I've got safety green for $5. Who doesn't like saving money? So I have a ton of stuff. Shot It Thick got me this to remind me of Louisiana, which is pretty cool. This guy hand carves these. I can put a link on this video of his site. And I love hammer wrenches from my days in the oil field. Christian Nelson, that owns Vintage Apparel, or where's it? Here's Vintage Fuel Apparel. There's this little low magnet right there. Hit him up for all your vintage NASCAR apparel needs and other goodness. He sent me that one, and then a couple of weeks later, I find another one, a little shorty one of that bench wrench. I don't know if you can see that, but I also, from my days in the oil field, if you'll come over here, you can see that is a small collection of my pipe wrenches. So lots and lots of freaking pipe wrenches used in the oil field. Over here, just a conglomeration of valve covers, different license plates, the temperature so I know how cold it is, my torch. Cool story about this traffic light. When I lived in Jax Beach and was shut down from working at Go Ruck, I was putting in like 5 to 10 miles a day. Just crushing, getting in miles. There was nothing else to do. It was getting my mind off everything. And there was a house that was getting empty. These people had to move. They were relocating. And this was laying out there. And I was like, hey, man, I can run home, grab my Jeep, come back and pick this up. And he's like, man, sorry, we're about to roll out. He goes, it's whoever grabs it, grabs it. Well, in Jax Beach, there's no place to hide anything. It's like palm trees and sand. So I carried this about 4.5 miles. And it is aluminum, but just so you know, these things get heavy. They get as heavy as rhinoceros pussy. That's what I'm going with. So this is my fan for probably, I think it's about 1 hour and 17 minutes. In Michigan, it gets up to about 74, 75 degrees. Here in Michigan, I think in the Tri-City area, It's like 57 degrees is the average temperature. So that's an absolute fucking lie. So these toolboxes, this top one's super old. I used to race dirt bikes. I was Team Green, Kawasaki guy. And that was the toolbox that I had all of my tools in for working on my dirt bike. So if anyone knows, if you're racing dirt bikes, you're working on them and fixing them just as much as you're riding them. So then picked up the other stuff, you know, along the way or whatever. Collection of my C-clamps. Here's the stairs up to the, on some of my emails, in my little signature, it says from an underground lair with Elon Musk. Well, this is I don't go underground. I don't hide. I go up. That's what I do. So this goes up to my lair. Nope, you can't see it. This is the casting couch, which is turquoise. And turquoise is one of my favorite colors. Oh, and also, side note, I don't want to apologize about my glasses. I stepped on them, so they're setting a little crooked on my head. My head's dead level, okay? My nose and ears aren't crooked. It's just my glasses. So don't start talking shit. So this is my casting couch. This is where we do, you know, I'm going to start doing a lot more of my videos. We've done a couple here. And if you will look over here, right here, this stands for Let's Go Brandon. Huge NASCAR fan. And I was just really, really stoked for Brandon that he got a Let's Go Brandon from everyone there. Amazing day for him to win that race and just showing the support. And I think even Joe Biden is a fan of Let's Go Brandon. You look up there, it's my surfboards from back in the day. I'm a surfer from back in the day. When some of these signs are pretty freaking old. The Cope sign and Redman sign are probably, man, 40 years old or so. Got them from a friend of mine. This was a going away present from Jack's Beach when I left during COVID. The good people of St. Johns County, Point Vedra, donated that to me. So over here, went to go see my mom for 2 weeks. In the middle weekend, my daughter and son-in-law got a new house down in Austin, wanted to come and check it out. And then I was like, hey, let me schedule this around the Lone Star Roundup, which is one of my favorite shows. Lone Star Roundup's up here, the Bomber Bash that I used to do is around I think about 47 to 48,000 coolest car show that's ever been around. But they canceled it due to COVID because Austin. So Jesse James did this. It's the Lonely Star Roundup. We just showed up in Dripping Springs and amazing cars, and he was standing there and asked him to sign this, and he's always been super cool to me, so that's cool. A lot of folks know me. I love the AC and the Champion brands. I just love the logos. I love how simple they are. So got a couple of cabinets. One day once I move some stuff over here, we'll go to the other part of the shop. And then this is my little hammer stand that I built. A lot of different ball peen hammers. I like ball peen hammers a lot. A couple other little trim hammers. Some leather ones. This is a hippie killer for a lot of people that don't know. And then this is really cool. Lindsay picked this up. This is the Gulf sign that was at Iron Trap garage that Matt had that was in the back. And he had a guy that built him a hand-built sign that's really cool that says Iron Trap. Chris Davis, who's been in a couple of my videos, was super stoked. We went over to Western Michigan, and the name escapes me now, but there's a really, really cool car museum there. Matt was putting on a class there. He brought it over. He had hauled it like to Detroit, and a lot of people don't know, it's like, I'm from Louisiana, and people hate when Louisianans hate when you say Nolans. It's Narlands. Don't say, no one in Louisiana says Nolans. That's a very touristy thing. But he went down to Detroit, and the people of Michigan, especially the people of Detroit, love to call it Detroit. So anytime you go down there, if you hear anyone, and you know, stop saying Detroit Lions or the Detroit, the thing with a wing that's red. I think they're the Red Wings. Bikers that have a red wing patch, we're going to go into that one day, what that means. Just if you ever see a biker and he's got red wings, ask him how he got it. So Detroit is what they prefer to be called. And we're not going to go over there, but on the map, it actually says Detroit, but it's pronounced Detroit underneath. And either italics or parentheses or something like that. Maybe a semicolon. I don't know. But anyway, super stoked to get this. It's actually stamped Lexan. I don't know where I got Lexan. That's going to be my next business, Lexan. It's from 1970, and it's pretty freaking rad. So we're super stoked to do that. I'll do some more videos soon. I love talking, running my mouth, and telling stories. And there's some of the stuff like some people might not care about, but I care about it a lot, and I like hearing the stories behind it, and I just want to share them. All right, bye, y'all.